Okay, hello everybody. I am going to get Pico-8 installed and set up. I've never used it before, but my friend Dylan and I are going to use this environment. It's like a virtual retro gaming console and programming environment, development environment, to create a retro Dragon Ball Z themed fighting game. But to do that, we have to get it installed and set up and whatnot. So I am going to I think I probably need to log in first. So the first thing I'm going to do, I know this is annoying, but I am going to hit the be right back screen so I can create a login. So just hang tight for a minute. Let's see here. New user. I'll turn the screen back on in just a minute. Just creating a login. Oh, we have to complete a little mini cartridge here. It's like a little. Okay, let's see here. Collect all the coins. Okay. I wish I could show this, but of course I'm creating a login, so I can't put that on the screen. That's okay. So just hang tight. Oh, we got to do 3 tasks. Okay. There's a little maze I have to solve in order to create a login. I know you can't see anything. I know it's super annoying. Solve the maze. Stand on color 1. I'm not sure which. Ooh, I'm not sure which one is color 1. Uh-oh. What is color 1? Okay, hold on here. Colors. I know this is super annoying to not see what I'm doing here, but that's okay. Okay, 1 is blue. Okay. Collect all the coins. I'm actually going to log into the Discord server real quick in case Dylan wants to chit chat while we're doing this. Let's see here. There we go. All right, back to this. Oh, this environment's going to be perfect for the kind of game we have in mind. Okay, stand on color 14. Okay. Which color is 14? It's that pink one. Boom. Oh, passcode. 3, 4, 7. Yep, so we're just creating the login here. Okay. We're going to work on the profile later. It's all good. Okay, I think we're in the front door. Let's go back to the main page. Okay, I'm going to turn the screen back on here now. So sorry about that. Let's go live. Here we go. Alrighty. So we've created an account, logged in as Cozy Azeroth here. That's our channel name. Download updates. Oh, you have to purchase it. Okay, that's fine. How do we do that? consoles, PICO-8. Am I just not seeing how to... Frequently asked questions. How do we get it? How do we get it? I just want to download it. Oh, yeah, add products to account. Okay, that's not what I want to do, though. No, don't want to do that. What am I missing here? Resources? Nope. How do I just pay for the darn thing? Am I just looking right at it? I'm just not seeing it. Oh, there we go. Get PICO-8. Welcome to PICO-8. PICO-8 is a fantasy console for making, sharing, and playing tiny games and other computer programs. It feels like a regular console, but runs on Windows/Mac/Linux. When you turn it on, the machine greets you with a command line, a suite of cartridge creation tools, and an online cartridge browser called Spore. All right, let's get it. What is Picotron? That's kind of fun. And Voxatron. What is Voxatron? Oh, Vox is like a 3D version of... Okay, well, that's fun. Let's get them all. Boom, boom. Good discount if we buy them all. Let's do it. Okay, so hang tight. I'm going to hide the screen again so I can do my payment, and then I'll be back in 1 second. I'm going to leave the audio on. So I'll be right back. There we go. Let's just... yeah. Let's just check out with PayPal. That works. Okay, order complete. Get your games. Okay. Go back to live here. Looks like, let's see, PICO-8. Let's just start there. Okay, it doesn't like that, so I guess we have to do the zip. You don't make this easy, do you? I don't know. Let's try the zip files. Zip, zip. PICO-8. Downloads. Let's see. Extract all. Okay, I might have to go check out the frequently asked questions here. Oh, add them to the account here. Okay, we need the key from this thing. Copy. Boom. Redeem. Okay. Submit. Key activation successful. Okay. Private downloads page. Okay. Let's try this again. Let's delete all those. Delete. Okay. Let's just go for plain old PICO-8 here. Windows. Installer or zip? Let's just go for installer. Okay. Setup. More info. Yeah, it's okay. I agree. Install. Run. Boom! PICO-8. Here we go. We're in. We're in the front door. Okay, now I don't have any idea what to do. So we get a command line. Let's go to the. Oh, can we get back? Can we get out of this? Oh, I don't even know how to get out of this. Wow. Task manager. Really just taking over my PC here. Let's see. Okay, I can close it on my other screen. Okay, cool. Let's go to the frequently asked questions here. PICO-8. Okay, resources. How do I get set up? Okay, welcome to PICO-8. Getting started. Okay, so some of these things seem like okay, we type some commands, build up an interactive program, so we have the basic, initializing, update, and drawing functions. Press escape to return to the console, type run to see it in action. Okay. Example cartridges are included. Okay, let's start it back up. PICO-8. Okay, now it's letting me switch back and forth. It wasn't letting me switch back and forth between windows here for a minute. Got to figure it out. Well, let's do what it says. Let's try a print hello world and see what happens. hello world. Okay, that works. What else does it say to do? Let's paste this in. It's going to create a filled rectangle, I believe. Yep, there's a rectangle. Okay. This is going to create a filled circle. So let's see if we can make sense of this. It's like 70 by 90 is where the position is. 20 would be probably the radius, and then 14 would be the color. Does that sound right? Let's see what else we got. This is just a little quick program that prints out 4 numbers. For I equals 1 through 4, do print I. So it just loops through 4 different values for I, 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay. All right, so far so good. You can build an interactive program using commands like this in the code editing mode along with 2 special callback functions, update and draw. So update is where your game logic is going to happen, and draw is where the drawing functions go. The following program allows you to move a circle around with cursor keys. Okay, well let's do it. Okay, press escape to switch to the code editor. Huh. Got it. So that's like the console window. This is our code editor. So let's paste that in. So let's look at this sample code here. X equals 64 and Y equals 64. So the update, if button 0 is pressed, I guess this would be the arrow keys, 1, 2, 3, 0, 1, 2, 3. I'm not sure about the key mapping yet. Then x equals x minus 1. It's going to decrement the x position, so it's going to move to the left if we hit the left arrow key. Button 1 is pressed, that must be the right arrow key, x equals x plus 1. Button 2, that must be the down arrow key, y equals y minus, oh, I'm sorry, actually probably the up arrow key, because y, it's going to decrement it, which is going to move towards the top of the screen. And then button 3 would be the down arrow key, which is going to counterintuitively increase the y value, which is going to move it lower in the screen because the top position is 0, 0. And unlike algebra where 0, 0 is down here, we're talking about 0, 0 on the top left corner. Come on, Danny, come be a Twitch cat. Come on. All right, so we hit that. Now let's type run. Oh, we have to go back to the code to the editor. So we hit escape. Now type run. And yeah, we can move our circle around. Check that out. As predicted. I like it. Go off the screen, it just keeps going. It goes away. The values go away. So we got to be careful we don't go too far off the screen and never get it back. Okay, so hit escape. Yep, and that gets us back to the code editor. All right, we're getting up to speed on this really quickly. If you want to store your program for later, use the save command, save pink circle. And to load it again, load pink circle. Okay, well, let's do that. Save pink circ. So let's get out of here. Save pink circ. Okay. Now, okay, it's still there. Load pink circ. Okay, that's loaded. 207 characters. Okay. Example cartridges. These cartridges are included with PICO-8 and can be installed by typing install demos, CD demos, and LS. I'm not sure what LS stands for. Let's do it. We're going to type install demos. Actually, we're just going to paste it in. Actually, no, let's type it. Install underscore demos. Okay, installing demo carts to demos. Okay, we got several demos. I know it's tedious to keep tabbing back and forth like this. CD demos. Oh, that changes the directory to demos. Okay, so you can actually, it has a like little DOS file management system here. It looks like DOS-like. What does ls do? Oh, list. Got it. List everything in the demo directory. Okay. So we could load one of these. Load Drippy. Run. Oh yeah, check it out. That's fun. Okay, cool. It's dripping colors as you move around. That's cute. Okay. Learning how to save and load programs in P8. That's super cute. Wow, that's just amazingly colorful and fun. Okay. How do we reset? Like, you type new or something? No, doesn't like that. Let's see if we can figure out how to. Install a small collection of BBS can also be installed to games with install games. Okay. Install underscore games. Okay. Load Dusk Child. Okay. Oh, that's right. We have to change directory games. Actually, why didn't it like that? Okay, yeah, we're still in the demos. Okay, why doesn't it like the games directory? Hmm. Okay, it doesn't like the new games directory. Hmm. I guess what's I'm a little stuck here. Okay, so this is just a little cute little demo game. That's just adorbs. I don't see how to jump. Okay. How do we load a cart now? That's weird. It's not finding. So give me 1 second. I'm going to go exploring here. Be right back. Why am I not? Okay, it's strange because it's just not. It's like it didn't create the directory successfully. Okay, well, this is a bit of a mystery because I don't see where it's saving. I guess I can try a search here. Let's search for PICO-8. This PC. Let's find everything having to do with PICO-8 here. That's searching for PICO-8 files. Might take a moment, got a pretty full hard drive. But what's confusing is I was seemingly able to install this games directory. I mean, it's possible it's inside demos. Oops. But I don't see anything telling me there's a subdirectory under demos. Oh, we're on a virtual drive. Okay. I don't want to spend too much time on this. So we're still inside that directory demos. What if we create a new folder? Make a directory. Okay. Let's make one. Let's see. mkdir. Make directory. Let's call it okay. Okay. So now we see our new, let's just call it, we call it Dragon Ball Z. So how do I change directory there? Or CD? No, let's go up a directory. Okay. So let's see. CD Dragon Ball Z. And there's nothing there. Okay. How do I go back up a level again? CD. Okay, that works. So I got a little syntax I got to remember here. What about the games though? Like, it's so weird. Let's create a new directory called games. Okay, CD games, install games. Okay, now we've got the games. You have to install it to a new directory, I guess. Okay, so let's see. Load Duskchild. Could not load. Why not? Load Embrace. Could not load. Why not? Hmm. What am I doing wrong here? Oh, okay. We need to go. Okay. CD games. That's weird. There's nothing there. Okay, it's so weird. It's like it says it comes with some pre-installed games, but I sure as heck don't see them. I'm not going to worry too much about it. Let's oh, okay. Let's try this. Okay, there's our game. Ah, okay. Here we go. I think I got the problem solved now. We need to go up one more directory. So load, embrace, run. Okay, we got it. We're in business here. Move the hand. Okay. Boom. Isn't that just cute? Okay. Okay, but how do we clear this whole? How do we start a new cartridge now? Backups, configuration. Okay, reboot the machine. Okay. Reboot. Got it. All right, what directory are we in? Let's create a new. We're going to start working on our project here. Make directory, dragon. We'll just call it. Actually, we'll call it fight. Okay. There's fight. So change directory to fight. Boom. And now we can start working on our game. So let's go. Let's just open up the editors, code editor. Yeah, we just want to kind of find the basic structure here. Getting started, initialize. Okay, so what we want to do, we're basically, our game's going to have three broad functions to it. There's the initialization function, that's where we define our initial variables, the update function, which is where we put our game logic, and the draw function, which draw things to the screen. So let's type this in. And even though I could paste it, I want to get in the habit of using this language. I'm not familiar with the Lua language, so let's just type it as a function. And I think it was underscore init parentheses. And the empty parentheses just means we're not passing anything into this function. Okay, give ourselves a little wiggle room. Now we want the update function. Okay, and oh, is there an end? End, yeah, you gotta type end. Okay, so let's do that, end. Then we're gonna have function update and end. So any of the game logic's gonna go in there. And then we're gonna have the draw function. And I'll explain what's going on here in a second for people that are new to this. I'm pretty new to it, but I've done a little bit of this kind of programming before in a different environment. So again, initialization, everything, all of our initial variables are going to go here. So this will be things like the initial scores, the initial health, things like that, just whatever this initial state of the game is. That's what it's called, initialize. Then update is where our game logic is going to go. So if there's a change that's made to the game, like say I press the arrow keys, or if I use a button on the controller and I attack, that's going to update the value for the variables, and then it's going to redraw the screen. And that could be things like changing the player position. It could be things like changing the health value or points earned or something like that. So and then draw is going to draw things to the screen. It's basically going to redraw all the elements on the screen. Rinse, repeat. And so basically, initialization just gets run once on startup. Update and draw are going to happen, I think, 30 times a second. I saw in the manual. And notice we have a limit here on the number of lines we can have. So we can have 8,192 lines, I believe. Okay. Actually, tokens. I think each word is a token. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah. So we got to be judicious in our use of code here. All right, well, let's make something happen. Let's pull up our design document. Phone's ringing here. Sorry. There we go. Nope. Let's see if anyone was in the. Okay. Let's go to our design document. So what are the things we know we're going to need? First thing I want to do is just get a grid working. And I want to be a little careful here. How do we define variables in this language? Let's take a look. Got variables here. Variables. How do we make a variable? Okay. Okay, we don't have to say like var before anything. We just literally say give it a value or a name and define a value. Okay. So let's say, so we know we're going to have 2 players. So let's, and we talked about having an 8x4 grid. As I think it through, we have 128 pixels to work with. We could do 16 by 16 sprites, I think. So yeah, let's do that. So player 1 X equals, and I'll give these values in a second here, player 1 y equals player 2, 2x. See what I did here? Made a typo. There we go. Player 2x equals, and player 2y equals. Let's just start the first player in the bottom left, and if we were having a 4x8 grid, which is what Dylan and I had talked about, let's make the top left 0, 0. So the very bottom left of the screen would be 0, 4, or 0, 4. So x would be 0, y would be 4. Okay. Player 2x. We'll try to start them off on the right side of the screen, so we'll make that. Actually, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to break convention here and just go with 1 through 8. 8 and 4. Okay? Let's go back to our manual here. Okay. How do we get to the sprite editor? Okay, this is fun. I love it. Okay. I don't really know what all. I think this is sprite number 1. Okay, these would be the different versions of this. I need to look at the sprite editor here. Well, let's create a character. Let me pull up the graphics here from Dylan. Where is it? Oh, he's, he actually, we can always change these. Let me just pick one. Let's go with Piccolo. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, it's pretty thin. That's okay. He sent me some more that I didn't add to the folder yet. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, this one will work. Let's do this. For now. How do I clear, though? Stamp. Shape. I just want to delete. Okay. Maybe that's just boom, boom, boom. Yeah. Okay. I'll be zipping along with this in no time. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. So we got gray squares at 2, 4, and 6. Let's see. Let's go 2, 4, 6. And we've got these 2 squares here. Boom, boom. Then we've got row of 4 right there. We've got Wait. Let's see. Oh, okay. One. Skip one and then two more. Okay. And actually then let's change to purple. Which is like right here. We'll go boom, like that. I have to rethink the color purple here. Actually, it could be this color. How about that? That looks more like the drawing, doesn't it? Okay, then another row gray here. Okay, skip 3, 2, 3. Okay, then we got gray in between. And gray and a purple there. So gray and a purple. Okay, this is going to be awesome right off the bat. Another purple there. We got two gray. Three purples. A gray. Okay, then we just have a row of purple on top, it looks like. Okay. Where does it start, though? Okay, right there. Does that look like the drawing? Kind of. Okay, so this is sprite 1, I guess. Now what do we have here? What is this? This map editor, music editor, we're not going to worry about that. Okay. Let's go back to our manual here. So how do we draw sprites? Okay, wow, you can just flip sprites. That's interesting. Okay, so you can flag sprites for things like, are they a wall that you can't pass through, so you can flag them for various purposes. Map editor, but I want to just know how to draw a sprite onto the screen. Oops. Okay, here we go. Draw sprite, number n, 0 to 255. So you can have 255 sprites at position XY. Interesting. So you can actually maybe double the size of the sprite. That's cool. Alright, so we called that sprite 1. So let's just start drawing a sprite and see if we can get that working. So SPR for sprite. SPR 1. Oh no, it has to go in parentheses, okay. And X comma Y. Let's just get it working on the screen. 0, 0. I don't think we have to do the other values. They're probably optional. Yep, width and height. Okay. All right, there it is. We got our sprite on the screen. See that? Oops. Escape. Boom. There's our pretty sprite on the screen. Check it out. Okay. We are off to the races. Now what I want to try to do, I want to try to go to, let's get out of this CLS. Let's go to the editor. So what we want to do is kind of look for key presses now. Let's see, inputs, controls. Oh, okay, my 6-button controller means one of those controllers. Okay, that's fine. We can do that. May not be able to do. I think Dylan anticipated using bumpers as well. But let's just go to. Okay, we got button, we got mouse. Button glyphs. Okay. So let's see how I want to do this. If we're going to have let's call this player 1 grid X, player 1 grid Y. Oops, typo. Player 2 grid X, player 2 grid Y. Okay. So if we're going to have, let me get my calculator out here. I guess I could do it on screen. Calculator. Yeah. Let's just do this. So if we're going to have 128 pixels divided by 8 spaces, that's 16 pixels apiece. I want to see if I can modify the width and height of these sprites. What if I do comma 16, comma 16, escape, run. Does that make a bigger sprite? Okay, it doesn't. Maybe I misunderstood how sprite works. sprites wide to blit. Okay, that's not what I thought it does. Yeah, let's just make a 16. Yeah, so okay, sprites are just gonna have to be 8 wide. So let's see. 128 divided by 8 equal. 128 divided by 8. So we're gonna actually have 16 spaces instead of 8. Okay, so yeah, player one's going to start on the bottom left, which is 1 comma 8, and then 16 comma 8. Okay, that works. So what we want to do, we need to figure out the actual XY coordinates. So player 1 X, player 1 Y, player 2 X, player 2 Y. Been a while since I've had to think like this. Let's see. So half of 128. So let's see. The X position is going to be Let me think for a minute. It was no fun to watch me think, but I'll figure it out. You know, look at math operators here. Math. Yeah, it's an asterisk. Okay. But that can't be right. Minus. So let's see. If we're in position 2, we need that to be in pixel number 17 minus 15, I believe. Okay. Now why? We want it to appear in the bottom half of the screen, right? So let's just literally cut it, make it half the screen. You can always change it later. That's why we're doing variables. It's easy to change it in one fell swoop, right? So we want to say 64 plus let me think. So we got half the screen. So if we're in position 1, which is right here, eight times layer 1 grid Y minus oh wait, that can't be right. That's 7. So let's see, 64, it bumps us to halfway down the screen. If player 1 grid Y is in position 1, 8 times that minus 7. I think that'll do the trick. 64 plus 8 times player 2 grid Y red y, grid y, minus 7. I think that's right. I have an extra minus here. What the heck did I do? Okay. So let's say this should put it in the bottom left, I think, right? Player 1. Okay, let's... It does. Okay, bottom left. Boom. Ooh, except it's missing the bottom. Why is that? Why is it... Oh, does it need to be minus 8? Yeah, because it counts down to 0. Minus 8. Got it. Minus 8. Okay. Clear the screen. Run. And there it is. Boom. Nice. And if I change it to grid position, actually, let's change the Y. Actually, let's just check it. What if we go, change that to 16? Run. Okay, I didn't like that. $15. Okay, no, I see I made a math error somewhere. No, we could probably save ourselves some trouble by calling it 0 through 7. Okay, let's try this again here. Let's just start this over. I think I was making it too needlessly complicated. Trying to account for my weird numbering schema, and why don't I just start with position 0, 0 as opposed to position 1, 1? Easier. I like that I can move the cursor up and down. That's nice. Okay. So player 1x. So we get that'll, let's see, sorry, phone's ringing. It's okay. Player 1x. So we have an 8 times player 1 grid x. 8 times player 1 grid y. Okay, this is going to be 64 plus 8 times, oh, X, player 2 grid X. 64 plus 8 times Is that right? I feel like I'm going to be off by a pixel. No, that's right. Let's just double check. So if we're in position 15, got my calculator here. 8 times 15 equals 120. Okay, no, that can't be right. No, because we can't have. Yeah, because max is 7. So 8 times 7 is 56 plus 64. Okay, that looks right, I think. So as it is right now, player 1 starts out in position 0 and the bottom, so it should be in the bottom left. Let's clear the screen and let's run. And there it is. Okay. Let's go back to the editor. What happens if we change this to position 1 now? Which would be this, technically the second position over. Right next door. Love it. Okay. And what happens if we change grid Y to 6? Okay, that is perfect. I think we got it here. And what happens if we change this to 15? There it is. Okay, I love it. What happens if we change this to 6 now? All right. We are building a grid. Check us out. Okay. Now let's see if we can get this little guy moving around. All right, we need to figure out what to... We need to look out for button presses. How do we do that? Inputs, inputs, inputs. Keyboard, keyboard, keyboard. We need key presses. Get button B state for player PL. Oh yeah, it's player 0 and player 1. That's annoying. Let's just do that. Player 0 grid. Player 0. Player 1. Player 1. Player 0. Player 0. Player 1. Player 1. And we're going to make this player 0. player 0. We're going to clear the screen and run. Oh, I see what happened. Forgot to change them here. Okay, perfect. Little friend there showing up on the screen. Look how fast we're using up our tokens, though. See, this goes pretty. You have to be really concise in this language or this environment. Okay, we want if-then statements. Okay. Well, let's do it. If button if button 0 so that's going to be left, then player 0 grid X. Actually, is there a let's see, minus equals 1. End. Okay. If button 1, then okay, we might tighten this up eventually, but if player 0 grid X plus equals 1, and if button 2, then player 0 grid Y. 2 is which button now? Up, which is negative, minus equals 1. And if button equals 3, then player 0 grid Y plus equals 1, end. So I think now this should allow us to move around a grid. Let's clear the screen, run. Okay, nothing is happening, so we have made a mistake somewhere. What has gone wrong? Okay, let's start by clearing the screen. String value. What does it mean, a string value? Line 23. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 3. I'm a little confused. Why does it think we're calling a string? Attempt to call a string value. I don't have any string values. What am I missing? 0x, player 0y, player 0x, player 0y. Let's try that. Okay, so it's not registering the buttons. So something's still awry here. Why is it not registering the buttons? Let's see, button, button, button. Shift right. These little button glyphs. Ah. Up is 2. Okay. Down. Okay. Why is nothing happening? Still doing something wrong here. I just don't see what the problem is. So Okay, I want to look at something. Let's okay, we saved this. All right, reboot. Okay. Okay, CD demos list. Okay. Let's see, load, drippy, run. Okay. Now we want to look at this. Okay. Why is it not? Okay, so it's got draw before update, which is weird. Okay. Reboot. Let's see here. List, demos, list. I thought we saved. Yeah, pink circle, load, pink circle, run. Okay, so that works pretty well. What is happening there? Oh, okay. Might be as simple as putting parentheses around those button statements. So let's try that. Reboot. List. Okay. Load, fight. Let's try this. Yeah, every time you learn a new language, it's a little tricky, right? Things can go wrong. Okay. That didn't solve the problem. Reboot. No, don't reboot. Save fight. Yes. Okay. Reboot. Load pink circle. That works. So what is working there that is not working in the program I just wrote? Maybe it doesn't like the format of my... Okay. So it's... We're going to make this a little more laborious here. Player 0 grid x -1. Then we got end after that. Yep. Okay. Equals player 0 grid x +1 end equals player 0 grid y -1 end. It's a little wordier, but that's okay. Player 0 grid y +1 end. Okay. It sure doesn't like that. That is so weird. What is the problem? Just doesn't seem to be registering the button controls. Oh, I know why it doesn't update the it doesn't update the grid values. That's what's going on. I'm a dork. I see what I did wrong now. So we did that once, but every time we make a change, we have to update these grid values again. So what we can do, I think, we can call this a function. Update I think what we want to do is define this as a function and then call it. Update grid. Yes, you had to define a function here. Custom function. Let's see. So we define that function, and we're going to call it right now. Update grid. Okay, so that worked. So after when we update, we want to update grid. Okay, that is probably what we were missing. It wasn't redrawing changing the coordinate values when we made a change to the. All right, so let's. Oh yeah, check that out. All right, we got a sprite moving around the screen. Check it out. We are moving and grooving. That's so cool. I love programming. I'm trying to get hold of Dylan's. I have another stream we're gonna jump on here in a minute, but got the grid working. Didn't take more than 90 minutes. So we need to keep it from, we need to make sure that it doesn't disappear off the screen. And it's moving pretty quickly. It's going 30 times a second. So I wonder if there's a way to change the frame rate. Custom delays. I want to see if we can set a custom frames per second. I might want to slow down to like 15 frames a second. we add a delay. Hello, witchy Warcraft girl. Thanks for following. Hey, hey. How's it going? Good. How are you? I'm actually literally just finishing up a stream. I've been. Who is this, by the way? Do I know who this is? Um, I've been working on a program. A friend of mine and I are going to be making a retro fighting game, and in this PICO-8 environment. And I've been trying to work on getting a sprite moving around a grid, which is a pretty modest goal. So, but I got it working. So if I run the program, I can move this little sprite around. Boom, boom, boom. Very cool. And this is the code that makes it all work. So, not too bad. Not too bad at all. But I was, like I said, I was about to log off, so I'll be back in a little bit. Some friends and I, my girlfriend, some friends and I are going to be doing some World of Warcraft dungeons here in just a little bit. So I'll be back in just a little bit. But I'm very pleased to get this working. I need to add some constraints. Like right now, if I run it, I can actually run the sprite off the screen. So I need to add some boundaries here, so on and so forth. And but at least I got it work. I also need to slow it down because it moves rather quickly, and I want to add a little delay so you can't move around quite so quickly. But at least I got a character moving around a grid, and that for right now is progress. On that note, I'm going to go ahead and end this stream. I couldn't get hold of my friend Dylan to show him. I was hoping he could log in and check this out. But I will be back in a little bit. Have fun in the dungeons. Thank you very much. Tune in if you like. Yeah, we're gonna probably just do some time walking dungeons. My girlfriend Susan, her best friend, is returning to Warcraft after like 15 years, and she hasn't done a dungeon in a long time. So we've got some fairly low level characters. We're just gonna do some super easy dungeons just to get her back in. Yeah, well, exactly. That's a long time, right? We're just gonna get her back in the groove, and yeah, it will be fun, and get her back up to speed, and then my best friend Julie is going to join too. So, anyways, I'm going to log off because we're going to log on in like 2 minutes, and might be a few minutes late. So, tune in again. Hope you join us. See you in a bit.